Hey guys, what's going on? This is Sean the Dad. This is the revised version of my bug out bag. I switched from that other pack to a traditional medium-sized Alice pack. So let's go ahead and tear into it, shall we? As you can see already on the outside, I have my cold steel crew crane machete. Right here on the side, I got a bungee on there real good. So that way I can go ahead and whip this out whenever I need to and kind of get the business. On my other side, I've got my canteen already hooked up to the side of the pack. All I do is I pop this, take out my water. I have my dry bag here that has my fleece sleeping bag in it. And I did say fleece. The reason for the fleece is because I'm going camping in the summer. Summer-ish. I mean, it's May. May's hot enough. I'm pretty hot-natured anyhow, so, you know, it's all good. So, yeah, so in that case, I don't want a lot of extra cover. For winter camping, I do have a REI sleeping bag that's a little bit more temperature sensitive when it comes to cold weather. So there's what's in that. Let's go ahead and remove some of this stuff about a little bit. Let's go ahead and start with this. Move the sleeping bag. We'll move this about a little bit so that way we can kind of get into the actual bag itself. And kind of show you what some of the stuff I have. We may go over on a video later about how to pack your backpack. Kind of give you options. Notice that now my sleeping bag's not on there. It wants to fall over. So I do have my foot underneath here to kind of help hold it into position. I'll show you the outside pockets first. The first pocket is my med pocket. I have my first aid kit in here. It's complete with sutures, scalpel, all your basic cuts and bruises, bullcrap, all that kind of stuff. All that's in there. I am going with Bushcraft Medic, who is a certified EMT. Hand crank flashlight, and that's it for that pocket currently. I wanted to make sure I had residual light with my first aid equipment. So if some stuff goes bad, I want to be able to get a hold of this and make sure there's a light handy and make sure that I don't have to worry about the batteries being dead when I grab it. So that's the one reason those are paired up. Trying to make everything as compartmentalized as possible for whatever this necessity is. Center pocket. My center pocket is going to be complete with several different things. In here I have my rat trap. Okay, and that's for different game and things like that nature. I have some snare wire. I have my Mora. Notice I have some paracord on my Mora. I have it Ranger banded on, so that way this is my skinning fillet knife. My all-purpose, little bitty knife for food prep and such things. Again, if you don't know what Ranger bands are, they're like bicycle tire inner tubes that have been cut into rubber bands, and you can make them whatever width you want and stick them around stuff, and they're pretty heavy duty. So you have that. Now I do have this flashlight in here. It does have the blink feature, of course, off and on. You notice I do have the red lens in here. The reason I have the red lens on this is because whenever I use the red, it helps keep my night vision. So if I'm setting snares at night, I want to make sure that I keep my night vision, or if I'm checking my snares. That's why that's in that compartment specifically versus a white light. Also in here, paracord, always a must. Reaching further in, I have my little dry fishing tackle. It's a little dry box, which is funny because it's fishing tackle. It has electric tape, a bunch of Ranger bands. I've got some fishing line wrapped around some sinkers, and I've got a bunch of hooks down here in the bottom. So it's just a basic little small kit. And the reason it's in the dry patch is I can actually hook this on. I did myself a little Solomon knot with some paracord, hooked it to a little D-ring, so I can stick this on my belt loop and kind of go about my business and go set up a trap line or whatever. And I have some like 40-pound tests for my line. I wanted something big enough and tough enough that I could actually get some real fish. Also, I have my pocket chainsaw in here. So this is the starting of my bushcraft, shelter making, firewood gathering supplies, aside from my machete, of course. So that's it for that pocket. Kicking around to the third pocket, you can already see the beast sticking its head out. This is my K-bar. It's my Becker BK2. I did stick a paracord around the edge over there so I can actually tie it around my thigh. You can see I did give myself a little bit of a grip too, so I can actually D-ring that to myself if I so choose with a carabiner or something. Ranger grip the handle, and she's ready to go. Also, what's in here is my big poncho. So I have a nice big poncho in here. It starts to rain. I want this stuff on the outside, and honestly, I'll be carrying this on my hip. Once I get out to the woods, I'll immediately strap this on, and I'll be wearing this. Then I'll have just my poncho in there, and then I'll roll around with this in there. If I need to whip this out because it's raining, I at least have my poncho. My fleece sleeping bag is obviously in a dry bag for such rain purposes. All right, now we're going to get into the actual big compartment of the bag here. Open this up, start off at the top here. I have my tarp on top, along with my slingshot. So if I happen to see a target of opportunity, I can use my slingshot, even though I'll probably be carrying a firearm, but slingshot's cheap. Tarp, that's actually my tent. I don't carry a tent because I don't believe in them. Last time I went camping, I had so much crap carried on me and everything was bouncing around. I was like, nope, too much weight, I ain't doing it. So I have a tarp for my tent. And I have 550 cord, so that's my shelter. On my dry bag here, inside here, is my Grand Trunk Skeeter Beater Pro hammock. And it's its own little pouch bag. So I don't believe in a sleeping bag anymore as far as sleeping on the ground with a foam pad and all that mess. I figured lightweight sleeping bag, hammock, stay up in the tree, be all comfy. I have another dry bag in here. This has my toilet articles in it. You know, vitamins, rubbing alcohol, shampoo, soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, just all your basics that you need for being in the field. You know, I still want to keep my hygiene up, even though I'm in the field, because if you get dirty, you'll get sick. So keep clean. Also, I have my mess kit. Inside my mess kit, I have multiple things. I won't go into everything in here, but I'll give you a quick overview. Notice in here that I do have a little pouch here that has dryer lint. I have my mess knife, fork, and spoon hobo stuff in there. I have a microfiber and a bandana in here on my steel bowl. So I have all that in there on purpose. For one, it doesn't rattle whenever I'm walking around with it, and two, it keeps all that things in there that if I need to filter anything or if I need to wrap this around the handle because it's hot, you know, I have makeshift pot holders. Reaching in here a little farther, got a couple of MREs. If I need to make those stretch for a day or two each, I could do so. It would be uncomfortable. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I could live with it. Oops, just dropped that right back in there, didn't I? Here is my little Esprit stove, complete with lighter and a little bitty pack of MRE matches, all zip-locked up and Ranger banded together, just to keep you nice and safe. Reaching a little bit further in, got myself a little towel, a little hand towel. Whenever I clean myself off, I'm going to have to dry myself off, so it's, you know, you're going to need a towel. And in the very bottom, I have some clothes, shirt, pants. Inside the pants, I have some socks and underwear. So yeah, I'm showing everybody my underwear. Yeah, that's my backup underwear. And I have myself a nice pack of drop cloth. This can be used for multiple things like water catching. If I need to make a bigger shelter, if my other tarp tears up or something, I have more tarp. It's not quite as thick as this tarp, but it's still going to keep the rain off my head. So I have that. And I believe that's it for the bottom of this main pouch. Then I have what I call my living pouch. Because remember, this is my zombie bug out bag. I'm going out with a Bushcraft medic, which you may have seen his channel also. He is a bushcrafter, so he's going out to test his bushcraft skills and to refine his pack. I'm going out there to see if my bug out bag will truly get me through the things that I want it to get through. And that means after things start to settle and I've been out there for a while and life is good and I've refined my skills and I'm getting food, I'm going to need some other things. One thing I'm going to need is my FM21-76 survival manual. Just always good to have a little extra information on hand. Keep it zip locked up so that way it stays dry. and I have the life straw. You might have seen these in some of the magazines. They're using these in a lot of bug out bags now. This is like 99.999999, like multiple nines down percent. The guy was drinking out of a fish bowl with this for his demonstration, and he had thrown a bunch of mud and grass and stuff in, and it was black. And he would take the straw, suck through the straw, and spit clear water into a glass as this demonstration. And then he would blow through it for storage. You'd blow back through it, and everything was all muddy and nasty. And as he kept blowing, the clear filtered stuff started to come back down, and the water started to run clean by the end. So I thought that was a pretty good little find. You can get them online. I think they're like 20, 25 bucks, something like that. I picked mine up at a gun show for 20 bucks. So. Hand sanitizer. If I'm going to be working on somebody, working on meat, stuff like that, I want to make sure I get E. coli on stuff like that off my hands. I have long hair, so I take a brush because I'm not stupid. Simple things like that. Got some ace bandages, zip-locked and Ranger banded together. Water purification tablets, and the funky taste takeaway tablets that go along with them. I am going to add some Kool-Aid to this bag just to give myself a little extra happy flavor. Green OD old school military triangle bandage. I usually use those as a headgear that I'll be wearing out in the field. And last but not least, a deck of cards. Because at some point I'm going to get bored. You're going to be sitting all day, and you know what? If there's somebody there, we can play cards. If there's nobody there, I can play solitaire. So I have a deck of cards that get me through the hard times. So that's everything that's in my bug out bag. You notice that there may be some things that you might want in there that are not in there. You'll see my EDC video. Once you check on my EDC video, you're going to see a bunch of things in there. I carry a few redundancies in there that I probably won't move over to my bug out bag, or to my bug out bag. But you notice that some of those outside pockets are partially empty. It's designed that way for a purpose, so I can grab the things that I want the most out of my EDC, throw into those outside pockets where my poncho's at, and I can fill those bottoms up with the things that are my EDC that I want to transport over, and then I'm done. So a couple quick handfuls of stuff pitched in there, and I'm out the door. And I'll go ahead and I'll probably throw a couple of bottles of water in there. I have a couple of things I am probably going to stick in there. I haven't done it yet. I'll show you. Pick these up. They're from Stanley. I haven't really messed with them too much yet. You just open them up, and you can spread them open, fill them with water, and you actually have some water. So as you're carrying around, the nice thing about them is they do have a nice little carry handle to them. The carry handle pivots and does not open up the actual mouth. So you can actually de-ring these, paracord these, whatever, hook them on your belt. So you're carrying around some water. Then you get down, you drink some of your water down, you drink more of your water down, and next thing you know you're about out of water, and you just collapse the thing down, and it takes up a lot less space than this whole big thing that you're carrying all this extra water in. So when you have the water, you can take up the space for it. When you have no water, it takes up no space. So I do have 2 of these that I'll probably be pitching in there. So I think that's about it for my bug out bag. If you have any suggestions, feel free to throw them out there, comment. Again, this is, to me, whenever I call something a bug out bag, it's a I'm not coming home bag. People call those the inch bags. But to me, if I've bugged out, that means I've bugged out. And I don't plan on coming back. So this is a start a new life kind of a bag. So outside of that, I'll carry my firearms. You notice I don't have my firearms in this video because if I'm bugging out, I'm going to be wearing a drop holster and I'll be carrying my primary weapon. So I'll be carrying a primary between my auto shotty, my AR-15, or something to that effect. I have decided. It just depends on what I feel the scenario is. If it's zombie, probably end up with my auto shotgun. So, and I'll have my Glock 17 on my hip. So it's Shaun of the Dead saying, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.